Hello and welcome to the season finale in the Global Racing League for Season 6. And today we head to the entertainment capital of the world, Formula 1 racing on the Las Vegas Strip. Something wanted by the drivers, and they have now delivered it. The Las Vegas Grand Prix will give us some of the most fantastic shots of the scenery, as well as hopefully some great action on track, with slow speed sections for the longest straight in Formula 1 history. This location is by far one of the most sought for and magical locations. Today, the Las Vegas Grand Prix has 25 laps around the Las Vegas Strip, 6.8 kilometers of track, along with 17 corners, 8 to the right and 9 to the left, as well as 2 new championship holders and 2 new constructors champions are decided. Rahman takes the casual division championship, beating Scorito, and there is a Red Bull as well who do take the casual division constructors, and it is Raig Raptor Shea, a 2-time champion, now in Tier 1, along with Alfa Romeo, who do take the constructors championship. However, today it is going to be a mixed grid, especially due to the AI car situation. So a lot of drivers here not getting their first wins for the season, but maybe this is an opportunity for them to do so. No Shay, no Tom, and obviously no me either, because I'm the best one here. But what I will just quickly do is go through our driver standings for the final time this season. Following Silverstone, which was round 12, I'll go through the advanced division first. Shay, champion of Tier 1, sits on 238 points. The battle for second is done. Nice job, sits on 169 points. Tom in third with 142. Well, anyway, sits in fourth with 103. And then myself with 14 points behind, but I've chosen to do commentating tonight instead of actually trying to beat my arch nemesis. Well, anyway. George sits in sixth place. That is 15 points behind myself. So if George can secure third place along with a fastest lap, he will overtake me in the standings. Go Slow sits seventh, and he is not overtaking me anytime soon. Robin in 8th with Pilavigas in 9th, and Degley Mosquito sits in 10th with GRL Mac in 11th, with Waffler, AKP, Algeri and Liam rounding up the Tier 1 standing. Regarding constructors, Alfa Romeo have won it, 299 points for them. Alpine on 194, Mercedes on 163, Ferrari 143, who probably could have had a chance to overtake him, so maybe Goso can actually do something for once. AlphaTauri 106 points, with McLaren and Haas sitting 6th and 7th, just 5 points separating those. Williams sitting 8th with Aston Martin and Red Bull rounding up the Tier 1 standings. Regarding the casual division, Rahman takes the championship, 201 points for the Red Bull driver, denies Scorito, Vicky and Whiffle any chance of them of winning a championship. It was looking to be a really good championship battle this season in the casual division, but with Vicky not attending races and Rahman being just a step above the rest, it means that Whiffle and Scorito have lost out on this casual division championship, but I'm sure we'll obviously get a chance next season. Spandon sits 5th with True Loki God trying to hunt him down for the final 5th place. That's just 5 points separating them, along with Stricken, who are also tied on 74. May loses that championship holder. He sits 8th in the standings, with Sociopath and Harsh running up the top 10, and the last 7 drivers are MYT, Hatham, Pratham, Plain Cookie, Purbazar, Savage and Jolly Shirt. That is Loki, who's just binned it on the 16th or 15th corner. And finally, I will just go through the constructors. Red Bull, top of the pack, 270 points. That is 94 above Alpine, who sit 176, with Alfa Romeo on 171. So maybe a chance for Alfa Romeo to move up one more spot in the constructors standings. AlphaTauri sit 4th, and Mercedes in 5th spot. McLaren 8 behind them on 92. Ferrari 5 behind McLaren with 87. Williams sit 8th, 4 behind Ferrari and 83. Then it is Aston Martin on 69 and Haas dead last with 60 points so far. It is True Loki who does have the fastest pole time of the season, with Ivor Whiffle a nice job rounding up the top 3. So obviously for a lot of these Tier 2 drivers, they will see a promotion to the Tier 1 division which hopefully should bring a better racing and mainly a better attendance for everyone in the Tier 1 division. It will be essentially a merging of the two divisions and for next season. A lot of these drivers, either Whiffle, Loki, Ramen, maybe even Vicky as well, definitely do have a chance to get ahead of some of the Div 1 guys. But for the minute, just one final Grand Prix to go. Everyone in their... Nice run to win by that. Fair enough. Everyone in their player-made cars due to the current glitch ongoing with the game. But we still have 9 minutes of qualifying to go in our final qualifying session of Season 6. Let's go on board with Ramen. He's on a set of medium, so it's not really going to be a comparative lap time. Let's have a look at Will Anyway. I believe Will Anyway is on a lap. Here we go. So he is sporting the custom Alfa Romeo livery used for the Italian Grand Prix, and he's went super deep. That is not great driving from Will Anyway. It's kind of what I've been seeing all season. I believe RRL James is new. Let's see what he can do in the final few corners. He handles that section very nicely, keeps it flat in fourth, drives to the line now. It's just one more left-hander to go for James. Just reserving for the time being. What's it going to be? He's going to be in the 132s, and he puts himself in P2, a 32.265 for RRL James. Stricken, a part of the Constructors Champions in Tier 2, along with Ramen, that Red Bull team have dominated this season. And Stricken has done his part. He won the Grand Prix in Hungary off his teammate, which unfortunately I just missed out on, which was so painful. I really wish I could have saw that win from Stricken, but I'm sure he will be a bit annoyed with himself throughout this season. I think he's had a lot of opportunities where he could have had a bit more points, but for the minute, he's done what he's eager to do. His teammates won the championship, and he's just won a Constructors Championship, so all is good in the Stricken camp. Well, anyway, seems to still be on this flying lap, pushing to the max. Obviously, no ABS for the Alfa Romeo. Going to be difficult to navigate the streets of Vegas here, flying through the grandstand. It's curved banking. Was curved braking, sorry. Right to curve, a bit late on the power. And he's just going to straight line it. Oh, that's not a great line there for the Alfa Romeo. Once again, it's going to be a flat right-hander. It's going to quickly kink to the left, but you should be able to stay flat through the sector. It's a braking point that does get off on you if you're not very careful. Now, let's see what this Alfa Romeo has in its locker in terms of straight line speed. He's going to close up to almost about 220 miles per hour. Over that, actually. Purple, middle sector. Formula anyway, he's got a bit of traffic up ahead. One more real braking zone to go, and he's done it perfectly. He's going to bump both curbs. 31.8 for Nice Shot, goes fastest of the session. One more corner for our Well Anyway to go. Can he put it anywhere near the front row? It's going to be close. Well, anyway, cross the line. No, he cannot. P4, 32.3 for Well Anyway. Obviously, some of these drivers have attempted to give us their actual car liveries. So whoever done that, thank you. I've seen so far Ive Whiffle and Well Anyway sporting the Alfa Romeo special liveries. Oh, look at that. Stricken and Ramen helping me out as well. They are technically in the Red Bull, but they have made their own car just to separate them. Honestly, there is a lot of unknowns with this season. Mainly in the casual division. I think there was a lot of opportunities for some closer racing, especially in terms of the championship. But for now, Season 6 will be done and dusted. He's just 25 laps and Spandon, giving us a little scare, and he does hit the left side of the wall. for some of these drivers, their last time racing in the Global Racing League, if they do wish to continue here for Season 7. So hopefully they can just put on the best show as possible for us just one final time. And that is spanned and validated. George does go second fastest for 1:39, or 31.9, sorry. Rahman is going quicker. No, he's not. Oh, that's Chappie Chio for the, I think the second time in a row he's racing. So maybe Chappie Chio is someone we can look forward to seeing a lot more for next season. Obviously, with all our championships wrapped, this is essentially a fun race. What can Haytham do in the Ferrari? It's not been a great year for the Ferrari team. And P11 essentially sums it up. Due to the mixed grids tonight, obviously, we will be doing a lot more work for the stewards, essentially. So, technically, if Rahman were to finish 6th, he would be getting full points for technically finishing first, with Whiffle in 2nd and Stricken in or Savage in 3rd. And then obviously vice versa for Tier 1, so Nice Job first, George in 2nd, James in 3rd. It's going to be a busy night for the stewards team, but we wanted to give you the best action possible. Yes, but Savage, you do realise that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Tier 1 drivers ahead of you. So, if it hasn't been clarified, whatever order you finish in the division you're currently in, so for the minute, if I was doing the casual standings, it would be Loki, who wins the Grand Prix for the casual division. Rahman would be in 2nd, with Whiffle in 3rd, and Savage in 4th. That is how the points system would work if this was the Grand Prix results. This is just the qualifying, so it doesn't really mean too much. Then for Tier 1, it would be Nice Job first, George 2nd, and because Loki is in Tier 2, it would be James in the Tier 1 standings. Obviously, it will technically mean that Loki is on the podium, but he would win the Tier 2 standings. It's a very confusing, it's the first time we've ever done it, but we thought it would be a better scenario to have 18 drivers on the grid for the final time of Season 6 instead of having 2 with 12 and 1 with 10 drivers. It has been a rough season here in GRL, but hopefully these drivers can trust us and can stick with us to bring back some better racing in the future. If anyone in the server did have any suggestions for Season 7, by the way, we do encourage messaging either myself or or Tom or George or essentially any of the admins. Obviously, the most important thing about running a league is knowing what your drivers actually care about. So during the week we've been putting out polls and votes to see what really matters for the drivers. So any suggestions, just let us know and we'll try your best help you out. With Savage, what's your livery looking like, son? He's done his best to recreate the Mercedes, and to be fair, it's a very good job. But we do just have a minute left in qualifying. We'll go on board with, I think, Will Anyway is the only person on a flying lap at the minute. The rest of them are just on their outlaps. Will Anyway sits 4th in the standings. Luckily, he is safe from me just for this week, so maybe next season I can try and get him back. But for now, he will be safe. Very lucky driver. Whiffle goes 3rd fastest, ahead of Loki. Well, anyway, through the 2nd sector, 3 tenths up. This will be close. He could maybe put himself in the under the 132s. Rear end stepping out of 4. Well, anyway, there almost goes into the wall as well. Really has to get that car turned in. DRS now for Well Anyway. We'll just have a quick one board with Rahman, the Tier 2 champion. We'll just follow him as well during his lap. But let's just go on board finally with Well Anyway, just for this last braking zone to see what sort of time he can put up. Braking into 14 through 15, now entering turn 16. Does it nicely. He's navigating himself through the walls. 5 seconds to go for Well Anyway. He does make this his final flying lap, and it's going to be P2. Just a hundredth of a second away from pole position. It's got Borgen Rahman, the Tier 2 champion, who will surely get his move up to Tier 1 now to try and prove himself up against. But oh, that's goal. I thought he invalidated that one then. Rear wing enabled for the Red Bull, or the White Bull, for this Grand Prix. We shall call it rear wing enabled now. He's going to drive to that final corner. He has to watch out for this second sector. What's it going to be? Just a 2.5 tenths improvement. He's going to put himself near that 4th place position. Just has to make sure he nails these last few corners. And he's gone deep. He's gone deep onto the corner, but he's going to be able to get a pretty nice exit from that. But I have a feeling he's completely missed the curve there. What's it going to be for Rahman? Is it going to be an improvement, or did that mistake ruin his lap like did? Just P5 for Rahman. George's qualifying is over. Iveriff has gone into the pit now. It's going to be a nice job. Who is going faster? 2 tenths up in the Alpine. The man who won the first 2 races here in the Tier 1 division will have to see himself on pole here in Las Vegas. He's going to get that 2nd place in the standings as well. Just waiting for these last 2 cars to get their cars back into the pit, and then we go on to the Grand Prix. I'm not sure if formation lap is enabled. I'm going to have a quick look. No, formation lap is off. No formation lap. So it is nice job who takes pole position, 3 tenths ahead of Well Anyway, and George super close to that 2nd and 3rd. George at the minute will be tying with myself in the drivers' standings. Ivor Whiffle sits 4th, highest or the best of the rest of the casual division. Drivers Rahman sits 5th, and Strickland in 6th. The Red Bull duo sit on the 3rd row of the grid. Loki and James round up the 7th and 8th spot, with Savage and Obligata in the top 10. Following that we have Chappie, Hatham, May, Amscalber, I'll just call you Scalbia, I guess. Skurito in 15th, Spandon, Sowaffler and Josh. Skurito not really starting this final qualifying session too incredibly. Obviously, this is the first time we have raced at Las Vegas, so could be very, very sketchy. Savage, do not press anything. We just I think you just normally let the game do it. You don't like to rush people into making sure they get their setups ready. So I think either the host does it, or we just wait for the game to let us know when you guys can all ready up. But it normally just have to wait a minute or so. And there we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the last time here in season 6. It's the curve banking at the end of the corner, but nice job with a brilliant. Well, anyway, does keep hold of that 2nd place with a nice job in 1st. Whiffle does get the position onto George Matt. I'm sorry, one mic just cut out, which is extremely weird. There's carnage at the back. I'm not sure what's happened at the back. I don't think Sir Woffer has got his car started yet, which is great for all these cars following each other through the DRS zone, not activated yet. Nobugata moves himself up to 7th place. Bit of touch and go with Savage and James. They're going to follow round this left-hander. Most of the cars keeping it clean. This is some great action already. Oh, that's one car going very, very deep. And that was, I believe, Noble Garter just completely missing the... We do have a move on the third place position. It is a drag race down into turn 14. Whiffle, George, side by side, both using the powers of their car. George on the inside line, can he get the move done? Brakes later than the Alfa Romeo, but he sees himself go deep. He almost runs himself into the wall. Whiffle does manage to get a better exit. I haven't got my telemetry enabled yet. Whiffle is starting to get a big slipstream though. Onto George, he's just went into the back of him, he's that much quicker. George goes deep on the exit of turn 1. This is going to be a very interesting battle for the end of this Grand Prix. Whiffle versus George. Spandon has left the session. That must be an internet issue. That's so offline retired, and we have a safety car. Oh, oh, why is the safety car up then? That's not real, right? That's not real safety car. Please. But it is the... Oh no, the safety car is coming out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this could be very scary. The safety car is out on the track, and it is only a VSC. Oh no. I'm very worried. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Well, cheers for that, Matt, because that is his name on the video. Still a virtual... Oh, Scarito gets a drive-through penalty. Let's see what Whiffle can do with his pursuit of the third place on the podium. Onto George Mack, flying around that 17th corner. An awkward grid start for the people at the back, because they do actually have to turn on the grid start, which I actually think is a bit of a disadvantage, to be totally honest with you. But Whiffle has now got the DRS onto George. Let's see, can he force a move anywhere on this attack of the Tier 1 AlphaTauri? No, and I am very much rooting Whiffle to make this move, because it would mean I finish above George Matt in the standings. So, looking like this move to happen, Whiffle right on the back of George Matt. This is some enthralling stuff. Not a lot George can do at the minute. And oh, Whiffle has a huge snap. This is going to see Rahman take the position. Side by side through this, and Rahman's put him into the wall. Oh my, Rahman, you've got to realise that there's a corner there. Whiffle has no wing. Rahman has no wing. That is my dreams of P4 and the standings gone. It's difficult to go side by side through there, but you got to realise that the corner goes to the left. Can't just straight line it, and that is a full safety car, which could see a lot of people dive into the pit lane. So Whiffle enters the pit lane, and so does Rahman. Be a bit of a shame if they have to double stack if they're on the same team. No, they're not, but that is a pretty bad incident. But this hopefully could see, well, I was going to say Rahman maybe, oh sorry, Whiffle could have went to the end of the Grand Prix on that hard tyre, I'm possibly thinking, but hasn't chosen to do so. So Ivy Whiffle does think there will be another safety car during this session. Rahman just gets ahead of Scarito. Maybe at some point I may jump into the well anyway in George Matt party chat just to see what they're doing. I may jump in at some point mid-race interview. Maybe this could be a good time to do so. Well anyway, should I join your party chat and ask you boys a few questions or? Yeah, we will just go and say hello to the, well anyway, and George party chat. This is the usual party chat I'm in, but obviously I'm doing some commentating today.
Hello?
And here we are joined with George and well anyway. Here in the normal party chat I'm in. So this is where the cool kids belong. This is George and well anyway. How's the race going for you so far, boys? Oh, yeah, okay. Well anyway, how's the race going?
I mean, I don't like the grip in the left, like the left, right, left chicane in sector 1. I already got a warning there because I just understeered off.
Okay.
Other than that, I feel like I have way more straight line speed than Noise Job because I wasn't even using overtake and I was catching him down the longest straight, so yeah.
George, how do you feel about the collision with Rahman and Whiffle? Has that helped you out at all?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, even though they were right behind. Even though they were right behind you.
No, I saw him pit, but I didn't see that.
Well, to me, you look like you were having a good scrap. It did look like it.
Yeah, I was about to go overtake him.
But what rings are you running? You look very slow in a straight line.
I'm running 11.8.
11.8. What's the other strategy on the soft tyre here exactly? You're the only one on the soft tyre. What's the strat there?
Just thought, it's last race, might as well go for it.
So, just going for the good vibes. Obviously, well, anyway, on the trusty medium. Well, anyway, can you win this?
Nah, I mean, you know how Noise Job is. He's very consistent, and he knows everything about the race management as in tires and his battery. So I don't think I can unless some external forces intervene.
Well, thank you for that input. Also, George, you will need the fastest lap to overtake me in the standings. I'm not sure who's got that at the minute.
I'll just get past.
Noise Job.
Yeah, nice job. So you are only 1.7 seconds off the fastest lap, George. So good luck with that.
Thank you, mate.
Yep. So
also, it's lovely how a waffler retirement is VSC, but no one retiring at all is a full safety car.
there was a lot of wings, bro. There was a lot of debris on the track. Well, anyway, I think the safety car will probably come in this lap, so I will give you boys your party track back. Thanks for your input. If we get another safety car, I may hop back in.
Give a cheeky car review.
A car review? What are you using? I don't remember it. Oh, it's a purple one in it. It's not very AlphaTauri-ish though, so.
Yeah, AlphaTauri's
AlphaTauri's fine.
too great.
I want to be in the AlphaTauri next season, so I'll take it off your hands. Right, anyway, thank you boys for letting me join, and good luck with the race.
See you later, mate.
That's a first, a mid-race interview with two of the drivers sitting second and third. Safety car's going to come in this lap, and that's already a bit of a brake check from well, anyway, on to George. Wait, safety car was coming in, but the safety car... Wait, what? Oh my god, it's glitched. The safety car is still out on track. What? What? What has just happened? What is going on? What is going... What the... We got a lobby issue or something? Well, I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. We just see Whipple go out of the session, along with Spandon. No comment is the word I'm going to use. Well, that is yeah, don't worry, we are fully aware, and it will be fixed. Don't worry about that. Obviously, thanks for the participation for Season 6. We hopefully can see you again next year, or next season, technically. Obviously, we do understand that there's been a lot of issues with the league this year, which hasn't really benefited us entirely, but I think we're in a scenario where we've understood our issues, and I think we're sort of in agreement that we need to change, and we are currently in progression of making those set changes. So, I mean, the drivers who do want to stay and do want to participate will have to play by the rules now. So hopefully standards will go up, and also attendance as well is one of the major issues we're currently looking at. But let's go back to the Vegas Grand Prix safety car. I think will come in this lap. Not entirely sure. A lot of brake checking going on in the midfield, but the safety car is just going so slowly. Savage has no front wing. That's good. Is the safety car coming in? Yes, the safety car is coming in. There we go. When is Nice Job going to decide to go? Savage is going to overtake all the cars and head into the pit lane. That does not matter, but Nice Job has decided to go, and May did get the run on as well. Well, anyway, does see the move coming, and there's going to be a big lunge as well. James went on it for Srikan Das, but there's a bit of spin, and it's George, and he's sent tumbling down the order. Loses traction in turn one, and that goes that 4th place in the standings for George Matt. Stricken sits the highest of the casual division drivers. There's a lot of midfield chaos at the back, which is with Stelma and Josh. A lot of contact, and Stelma almost loses it, but Josh does hold that position. Needs to make sure we're clean through this sector. It's a tricky braking zone, and Loki has just completely smashed into the back of him. And just for your information, guys, Vegas will not be on the calendar next year. I think I'm in charge of making the calendar. Don't worry, it will not be on the calendar for any of you who are wondering and wanting to drive next season. This will not be happening. Haytham all over the place. Josh missing that braking zone. Oh, this is such chaos with the braking. It's so awkward to pinpoint your action. This is going to be super touch and go. There's 4 cars all going for the same position. And who's going to come out on top? Who's got the best drag? I think it's going to be Rahman. He has come out on top, and he sits in 6th place. Haytham is in 7th. Stelma in 8th. There we go. They've learned how to use the brakes now. They're not going to go into the wall. But Rahman does get ahead of all the drivers. He now has Josh in his sights. Lap 8 of the Grand Prix. Nice Shot picks up the fastest lap of the race, looking to get that win. His last win since, I want to say, Qatar was the last time he won a Grand Prix. Scruto up into 11th place. That's Chapuchio in the pit lane. Loki gets the position on to Skelba. He's going to try and fight this back. They want to Haytham side by side through turn 2. That's a lot better driving from Loki. That was a superb move. James is on the back of Strickert now. Let's see, can he make a big lunge into this corner? This is probably the one and only time you're going to be able to get to Race Vegas in the GRL Racing League. So if you are going to make it count, you might as well go for some big sends. It's the final race of the season. Nothing to play for apart from a 1 or 2 positions in the standings. You can make some moves. You can try something ambitious, as long as you trust the driver ahead of you to make sure you don't crash each other out. James really struggling to get that car slowed down. Let's see, can he use that slipstream to his advantage to close in on Strickert Das? He is the faster car in terms of the straight line speed. May gets an overtake onto Skelba. Side by side goes Rahman and Josh, the Season 4 winner for Tier 2, and the Season 5 winner, or still Season 6 winner of Tier 2, and Rahman beats Josh JS Gaming, the 2 Tier 2 champs, going at it. Rahman flies ahead. James gets the position on to Srikan Das. Well, anyway, 1.8 back from Nice Job. Has gone on track. This is Scarito and Skyber through turn 1. Now into turn 2, it's a long right-hander, but I think Scarito's going to get a much better exit here, and also he's going to get the DRS because Savage picks up the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Good on you, Savage. Especially if taking it away from George, even though he's currently sat in P14. He will also get to the back of Chappie Chio some point this season. Was this season? Sorry. Some point soon. That's a bad moment, isn't it? Loki is beginning to close in now onto Josh. These two, a little bit of a tense rivalry in Season 5. Loki did come into the league and start winning a lot of races from Josh, which did put a little dent into Josh's title hopes, but did get it done pretty smoothly. The Season 4 winner, May, currently sits 9th. The Season 5 winner, and then Ramen, the Season 6 winner. And I'm going to we have no Tier 1 winners on the grid. No Tom, no Shay. And the move at the back, Scarito does get the overtake. Loki flies past Josh as well. That's a very simple move. For the McLaren, technically, of Loki, he's trying his best to make himself the papaya car. Well, I could tell it was a McLaren, so it did its job. Well, anyway, it has closed, has closed that gap a little bit now onto Nice Job. Josh isn't exactly done with this fight either onto Loki. Maybe this could be a little interesting scrap. All these drivers similar pace on this grid. Loki under a lot of pressure. It's a switchback from Josh. Superb on the exit of 2 with the DRS. Does get past True Loki. Superb from Josh Shearscame coming back into GRL and pulling off some brave overtakes, but it's a little bit of a rear end tap from Loki, and George does pick up the fastest lap of the race. If he can just get 10 more positions, oh no, he doesn't even need 10 more, he just needs to finish 3rd. Oh no, wait, hang on. Oh dear. So, if George finishes above James or Josh, he will get that position in the standings. See, now this is throwing a bit of counter, because I didn't realise there were so many cars who were casual tier drivers, not tier 1s. Obviously, I was meant to be one of the tier 1 drivers, but unfortunately, Ology didn't respond to the messages. And we have a huge overtake here from Hatham. Going past not 1 but 2 cars, heavy braking. Loki brakes later. Loki does hold on to that position. That was a bit of superb braking there from the McLaren. Hatham came in like a fucking rocket. Left side for Hatham. Can't defend that though, Loki. Hatham moves up into 6th place. A dying fight for Hatham. He can't really do a lot in the standings, but he has got 6th place currently in this Grand Prix. He has got Loki on his inside though, side by side. Hatham does just keep a nose ahead. But Loki is going to fight this back. He's going to get the rear wing. He's going to get activated and he's going to get by. Josh also on the inside of Hatham. This is a beautiful scrap between these three. Be careful of this braking zone, fellas. Please do not rear end anyone. Hatham does just hold off Josh's attack for a little few more corners. That was some very neat racing there. Hatham will get a huge slipstream now onto True Loki God, both running on pretty low battery levels. This slipstream is going to be super powerful through the streets as well. It's already a low drag area of the track. Hatham going to brake early just to make sure he doesn't go into the back of Loki, but he now get the DRS down the back straight. Through the Vegas strip, Hatham and True Loki go. It is Ferrari versus McLaren, and it is Hatham into 5th place, or 6th place, sorry. Simple enough for Hatham, just using that rear wing just to fly past the McLaren. Let's see, what can True Loki do from this position? Has Hatham go super deep, and it's been a bit of a traffic jam in that area of the track. Not a purposeful one, but an accidental one. Willamate has entered the pit lane. It's side by side through turn 17. They're about to go. Loki and Haytham side by side. And oh my god, who was that on the rumble strip? Loki gets by. Josh gets by. Haytham in 7th place. Some entertaining racing, actually, which I'm very surprised. We've also seen Scarito now, who is going to close up to the back. Well, anyway, on the fresh, hard tyre, will now have a chance to undercut onto Nice Job a little bit, who he claims does have the better drag. So, straight line speed going in well anyways favour. He needs to pump in a good lap here and maybe gets an undercut onto the race leader. Josh and Loki have a little bit of a touch through that sector. Another wobble for Josh, and that seems Loki having to abort that corner. Scarito and Haytham both go by a 4-way scrap here. Super entertaining. Haytham once again is going to get a lovely run, and he's going to be able to follow this car so well, and he's also taken the better racing line through that corner. Haytham heavy braking. You can see Planet Earth in the background. Vegas is a very funky place. Las Vegas Hotel and a diner, and whatever else goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. You see more hotels, plazas, casinos, nightlife, and we also see Haytham into 5th place. Scarito is going to go for a double overtake on both of these drivers. Scarito does get almost into 5th place. Haytham does still have a car on the outside line though, so he will hold on to that position for one more corner, but Scarito is flying. A little jink there from Haytham. He's got to make himself known, but Scarito flies by the Ferrari. Into 5th place goes Scarito. Lovely stuff from him. Well, anyway, so that's Loki entering the pit lane, and that's going to be not a wing change, sorry. George still holds the fastest lap of the race, but has got a pretty mountain drive. There's a yellow flag, which is going to be Haytham, who has seen himself either spin or tapped out of the Grand Prix. That is very unfortunate. I think he's just hit his wing. Loki and Haytham side by side. Loki all pressed against the wall. Haytham still in a fighting spirit here to try and get past Loki. Loki on the fresh hard tyre has now got a pit stop ahead of Haytham. Haytham is still closing on the back. Well, anyway, gets the position onto Josh Gamer second, who both enter the pit lane. I think, well, anyway, does have this undercut pretty nailed on. He's going to hunt down onto Scarito. Anyway, rear wing activation. Has to hit the brakes hard to make sure he doesn't go into the back of Ron. Is that the Planet Earth? Yeah, it is the Planet Earth. What is this place? And who allowed Formula 1 cars to be racing near it? I love watching the slipstream you get from the cars here. So satisfying to watch. Here we go. The Alfa Romeo versus the Red Bull. The two constructors champions of their respective division going to go at it. Down the back straight on the Vegas strip. Rear wing activation. You can see Alex Albon. He would be proud of this straight line speed. And anyway, moves himself up into 4th place. And also this rear wing, or this GRS, is going to help him bring him a lot closer to Nice Job. And there is a yellow flag. It's going to look like Stricken. He's outbraked himself. Nice Job still not pitted, which is quite peculiar. James has entered the pit lane as well. He's going to put on the fresh soft, on the fresh medium combine. Where is George? Where is George? George is in 14th. He must have had another spin. James does come out in 5th spot. There is still 11 laps to go. So far, Nystrom on the old medium tyre will be overtaken by Well Anyway. Well Anyway doing considerably quicker lap times. But I think Nystrom maybe thinking of going on the soft tyre for the last couple of laps is what I'm kind of believing at the minute. Josh and Chappie, I believe, are side by side. I think Josh has just edged out that position. Haytham now on the back of Chappie Teal, I think did have a little over opportunity, but has decided to back out. Have a second gap for Haytham through the chicane, and it's not really the best exit, but Chappie Teal very squirrely through that section. The commentator, now driver here in GRL, Chappie Chio, I know used to do the commentating for Where Is the Finish Line, which is one of the partner leagues here in GRL, owned by Curly and I Marshall. So if you ever did want to go check out a league on a Wednesday, go speak to them, as well as ERL, I think it's Eclipse Racing League or European Racing League. They've changed their name, so I don't fully remember. They race on a Monday, Tuesday and a Wednesday. Once again, any questions about their leagues, please just drop me a message. I'd love to help you out in finding new leagues, as well as maybe interesting you in our own. Well, anyway, we'll see himself move up into second place with Nice Job. In 4th, however, is on the fresh compound of soft tyre. And I think he'll close this gap pretty quickly and also take the fastest lap away from George. It looks like Haytham and Chappie Chio are going to go at this once again. Haytham closing in onto Chappie. Nystrom and Scarito does get the overtake done. Once again, Haytham will proceed to get the slipstream now throughout this sector. And oh, Haytham almost goes into the wall. Drivers struggling with this corner. May is also going to overtake his teammate. The final hurrah for Ferrari. Sat 10th in the standings in the Tier 2 division, sat 4th in Tier 1. May and Haytham side by side, final time this season as teammates. May is going to have to try and follow in now onto Chappie Chio. Can't Haytham get a move? Oh, sorry, can May get a move done? Sorry, not Haytham. Better braking for May. Chappie Chio is just going to let him go by. The old hard tyres are probably not going to be the greatest tyre to drive on at the minute. And we have Nice Job on the back of Well Anyway. This is the move that he probably didn't want to see coming, is for Well Anyway. The soft tyres are going to come and he's going to retake the race lead for the casual division, battery enabled, and he's also putting it the fastest lap in the process. Rear wing is going to be not necessary. Well Anyway cannot fight it. Nice Job retakes the lead of the advanced Grand Prix. I think in no time he'll be taking the lead of the entire Grand Prix. James gets himself ahead of Scarito on the fresh medium tyre. Closed almost by 4/10 in Nice Job, and he's got the much better exit. Oh, that was so sweet from Nice Job. If that's what you're going to see for next season, I want to be a part of it. Rahman, despite even winning that championship, cannot do anything about that superb driving from Nice Job. That was super satisfying to watch. Well, anyway, he's now on the back of Rahman. Can he get a move done on the outside of the track? It's going to be a bit of a stretch if he can do, but never mind. I think he's going to get them pretty easy, actually. Scario enters the pit lane. George still sat in 14th place. I think that battle for 4th in the standings is over, which I'm actually very happy with, to be perfectly honest with you. Do you really think I would get 4th in the standings if you told me at the start of the season? Oh, sorry, 5th in the standings, not 4th. What am I on about? Chappie gaining onto Haytham, has to brake early just to make sure he can get his car stopped and turned. But I think this is going to be a battle that's going to go to the end of this Grand Prix. Is there anything happening on track? Strickett and Scario do look like they're going to have a little bit of a scrap coming up soon. I just realised I was just talking that whole time on mute, so that's a really good sign of my professionalism. That's not a great moment, is it? So that was James overtaking Rahman on the back straight. I can't believe I just did that. Scario overtakes onto Loki. There's just 6 laps left of the Grand Prix, the fastest lap of the race so far. I think is held by Nice Job. Oh, I think George on the fresh sauce is going to try and get it back. Let's see, can Loki close up enough? He is gaining a considerable amount onto the car ahead. He's almost going 7 miles per hour quicker, just due to the slipstream. Obviously the walls here make sure there's not a lot of wind that can slow you down, so the aerodynamic effect of a slipstream is 10 times as powerful, especially on long circuits like this. So like, this is James onto well anyway, as a potential losing out on this 2nd place of the Grand Prix to RRL James. I'm assuming that stands for Reynolds Racing League, I believe. Let's have a look. How well anyway, he's going to get the DRS luckily on the car. I think this is George Matt. This is well anyway. Lapping George Matt. I think I wanted to be in that party chat and listen to what's happening over there, to be perfectly honest with you. George lapped by well anyway. This is also just going to help as well, just because James was coming up to him at a quite considerable pace. And there we go, James with the slipstream. He's going to close in onto Will anyway. Both just finding the break point. But Will anyway has gone a bit deep into that corner. James is just going to back out of it though. He's going to wait patiently for his car. He's going to just hold it in 50. He's managed to throttle perfectly there. This could be an overtaking opportunity on the inside of Will anyway. He's almost side by side But James is not wanting to commit to it fully. He knows it's a risky place to overtake. Not a lot of experience on this track for the majority of the drivers, and I didn't know what the track looked like until about an hour and 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure if I was going to be making a send into a corner. I wasn't fully aware of the capabilities of. George is still alongside with this fight, the ghosted car of George Matthew, him being lapped. James really closing in on to well anyway. This is some super sketchy stuff from James. And all well anyway, almost hits the wall. George will go through due to him being on the soft compound of tyre. Does well anyway. Well anyway, he's going to get DRS. Due to the lap car, this is now overtaking, making it 20 times harder for James to do. James does get the overtake onto well anyway. And he is very slowly crawling ahead. Superb braking there from RRL James. And we're also going to see George fly ahead of this pack now. What else is going on the circuit? We'll just stay on board a little bit longer with Will Anyway versus James. This is an interesting stuff. A lot of these drivers not drove with each other before due to them being in their two separate divisions. So we're going to have Rahman enter the pit lane. He's going to bolt on the fresh soft tyre, unless it's a wing change. I'm assuming he's going to go onto the soft tyre. Yes, he will be. And this is going to see him get overtaken by Loki. It really depends on how quickly Rahman can get that soft tyre going. But for the minute, it is Scarita who will take the first position in the Tier 2 driver standings. Or driver race classification, technically. And it will be the actual Tier 1 podium. Nice job in the pink Alpine, coasting ahead. The Mega Strategy going this medium soft, in all fairness. I did doubt it from George, but I guess yeah, that actually was the right idea. Let's just follow. Let's have a look at Chappie Chio and Rahman. I said these two would be scrapping for some time, and they're still going at it. Chappie Chio, rear wing activated, closing in onto Haytham. Not close enough though. Will still continue to get a pretty meaty slipstream though through the next few corners, and Chappie Chio cannot really find the brakes there. And well anyway, picks up a 3-second penalty. So on to Rahman here. This is probably the best chance of an overtake we're gonna see. Lap 23 of 25, 3 laps to go. And nice job can become another Grand Prix winner and add it to his various amount of collections. This is a super interesting pack to watch, because I'm curious. Can Rahman, depending on how quickly he gets his overtake, could he maybe see himself catch up to Scarita? I mean, they're both on the soft tyre, so I'm not 100% sure. But if Rahman is going to have grip like that, who knows what's possible. So, technically, the front three are the Tier 1 podium, and the next three are the Tier 2 podium. Scarita, Rahman and Loki will be the podium in Tier 2. Loki stood no chance. Essentially, no chance. Josh with a lot of battery to spare. A lot of things Josh is good at. He likes to save his battery, and he's quite good at, and he's also very good at getting switchbacks done in Vegas. That's his second one of the evening. Super move from Josh. Would probably not get to May in time, but it's P8 for Josh on his, I want to say his debut, but it's not his debut this season. Nice job, crosses the line, 2 laps to go here in Vegas, and he will be the first man to cross the finish line. I believe this will be Nice Job's 4th win of the season. He won in Bahrain, Spain, and I want to say Qatar, but I'm not 100% sure. Stricken closing in onto Savage. He will get the DRS, luckily, just try and claw himself a little bit on that gap. He's not even going to claw himself, he's going to maybe even get alongside. That is unreal benefits from the DRS. Stricken is going to make the move. And they've almost run each other into the wall. It's not great to go side by side there. Stricken is just going to give him back to the position. Sporting move from Stricken, and that is George, who just got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Rahman has now gone up to the back of Scarito. I did think this move would come at some point. I just didn't realise it was going to be this soon. I thought at least maybe one more lap and he could be on the back of Scarito. But here he is. Rahman looking to take the lead of the Tier 2 race classifications now. And I think he's just going to let him go as Scarito sails on. Rahman gets the position. Stricken picks up a 3-second penalty. And Rahman is just gonna... What? Is Rahman gonna be doing some donuts, I believe? Not 100% sure what that was in aid of. I'm very confused. I believe he is just gonna wait for his teammate. Obviously, Rahman, the championship is over for him, along with his teammate in the Red Bull. Him and Stricken, I believe, are going to give some donuts. Rahman waiting on track for his teammate. There we go. They're going to choose a spot to do it. There we go. There's going to see some donuts on the track. Rahman and Stricken, the champions of Tier 2. That's a very nice gesture. It's a shame I couldn't get a better camera angle for this. But as we watch these two do their donuts, we're going to see the checkered flag once again come out for Nystrom. He's going to enter the pit lane. Oh no, he's not. Nystrom is going to take the Vegas Grand Prix in style. And in doing so, he's going to secure second place in the standings, which is also going to become Shea, a two-time winner in Tier 1. He takes the Drivers' Standings Championship, as well as Alfa Romeo, who win the Constructors' Standings. Rahman and Stricken still doing their donuts to celebrate that Constructors' Championship, the first for both of these drivers, and a championship in winning season for Rahman, who we will definitely be seeing next season in the Tier 1 division, a mile above the rest. But it is Rahman and Red Bull who win in Tier 2, and it is Alfa Romeo and Shea who dominate in Tier 1. And I think we may see a victory formation as well from the two Red Bulls. It's annoying they couldn't do it with their actual car, but they've tried their best. The best of the rest for these two drivers. A few scares from Vicky, who opened the scorings of the season with two back-to-back wins and a four-way battle for first. Rahman fought back a little bit in Bahrain, but took that win in, I want to say, whatever the third Grand Prix was. I believe it was, I'm not actually sure what the third Grand Prix was. But ever since then, Rahman, he won in Singapore. He won essentially everywhere else. The Red Bulls weaving across the line. They're not above the line yet. They're not even down the back straight yet. The only two cars yet to finish. Yeah, I was thinking Rahman only. I was really trying to think how many wins Rahman has. What else did he win? Well, anyway, all I know is he won the stand. He won the championship. Let's see, which is the Red Bull driver going to be picky about who crosses the line first? Let's have a quick look. It is currently Rahman and Srikan who take 12th and 13th on the grid, and in doing so, crown themselves as the Constructors' Championships for Red Bull. Better racing than actually I anticipated, so congrats to Shea and Rahman, both winning the drivers' championship, and congratulations to Red Bull and Alfa Romeo. This is the final podium of season 6. It is nice job, and it is RRL James. In terms of a driver of the day, I'm going to give my driver of the day to... I think Josh maybe. I think Josh had some clean battles. Speaking of Josh, he's just typed in our chat. Hello, Josh. Let's go for, I'll say I think Josh had some super moves in there. Nice job, takes the win. James in second, Lenaway in third. Scarito wins in the Tier 2 Las Vegas Grand Prix, but is technically fourth, with Loki in fifth, Josh in sixth, May and Savage in 7th and 8th, Haytham in 9th, Chappie in 10th, Skyber, Rahman, Srikan and George round up the last finishing drivers. But that is it for Season 6. The season was cut short, but the GRL Racing League will be back for Season 7. Please, if anyone is interested in joining, please just let any of us know on either PS or Discord or literally anything. But for the minute, that is it. Calendars and driver lineups and season information will be released on the Discord in the coming days or weeks, or depending on how it goes. But for the minute, your Season 6 winners entering the Hall of Fame are Rahman and Raid Raptor Shea, who picks up his second title. Thank you for everyone who did watch or even participate in this season of GRL. But for the minute, it's been Spray. The other commentator is F1ology. And we shall see you all later.